Well, we talked about the top 5 point guards in the NBA, so now it's time to go to the top 5 shooting guards, and I think the biggest discussion with this one is honestly at the top, with numbers 1 and 2, which in my opinion is down to James Harden and Klay Thompson. I think you can make an argument for both of these guys, and I feel like it comes down to what you value more. Do you value James Harden's ability to create, or Klay Thompson's ability to play defense? Because James Harden regressed defensively this season. 2 years ago, he was pretty decent, but he got worse this year. But he still averages 29 points, 7 assists. He's a ball-dominant player. He's basically a point guard at the shooting guard position. His ability to drive inside, beat people off dribbles, play the pick and roll, of course get to the free throw line, and kick it out to open guys to score. You can run an entire offense through James Harden, but like I mentioned, his defense got worse. Whereas Klay Thompson is one of the better defensive players in the league, combined with being possibly the second best shooter. But at the same time, there's questions if Klay Thompson can really create for himself. He only averages about 2 assists. He's not very flashy when he does dribble. And the Warriors don't ask him to be a ball handler very often, so I've honestly been going back and forth on these two leading up to this video. I'm going to go with James Harden because, like I mentioned, 29 points, 7 assists per game. We remember what he did 2 years ago carrying the Houston Rockets, and Houston was around 500 this season. Like I said, his defense regressed, and that team just had an overall sort of aloofness to it, where if they were down like 10 points in the third quarter, they would just kind of pack it in. But James Harden still had such a good season offensively. I feel like I have to put him number 1, and I'll gladly put Klay Thompson at number 2. But like I said, if I did this video 2 hours ago, I might have put Klay Thompson number 1. It's really that close between those two. Hopefully James Harden can play some defense this year and solidify himself once again as the definite best shooting guard in the NBA. Number 3, Jimmy Butler. He has a bit of the creative ability that James Harden does when it comes to dribbling the ball, averages about 20 points per game. Very good defensive player in his own right. He could be number 1 on this if he was just a bit better offensively. Really took a dip with his three-point shot. And I think the offensive gap between Jimmy Butler and James Harden and Klay Thompson, I think it's just too much to put him any higher than number 3, but those are 3 really damn good shooting guards. And then there's a little bit of a drop-off. I would say number 4, honestly, I'll still put Dwyane Wade at number 4. I know his athleticism has dipped, and he's a really smart player. He knows his limitations. He doesn't take too many three-pointers. He's very good at cutting when he's open rather than taking an outside shot. Still super crafty around the mid-range area. Can hit a bank shot, can hit the turnaround jumper really effectively. He gets to the free throw line almost 3 times a game, and he shoots 80% from there. So I think Dwyane Wade, he's getting older, but his efficiency is really shined through. And of course, he's always going to show up in big games for you. Against the Charlotte Hornets in the playoffs, he averaged 19 points and shot 47 from the field and 60-something% from 3, although he didn't take too many. And then against the Toronto Raptors in the second round, 24 points, 47 from the field, 50% from 3, and he was actually shooting them. So I think Dwyane Wade still gets to number 4. Number 5, it's going to be DeMar DeRozan. Shout out to Raptors fans. Here's the thing with DeRozan. He was really good in the regular season. He just attacked the basket like a crazy person. He still isn't very effective from 3, but I feel like he finally got over that this season by, like I said, just attacking the rim. But then in the postseason, that guy, so much hesitance in his game. Too many times I can count, he would drive inside and then have an opportunity to contest the big man for a layup or a contact shot getting to the free throw line, and then he'd rather pick up his dribble, and sometimes he'll shoot some 10-foot fadeaway. I don't know with DeRozan. I really wish he would just cut all that stuff out of his game and just attack the rim, man. Dwyane Wade has it figured out at age 34. He doesn't shoot three-pointers until the playoffs, and then he becomes Ray Allen. I want to see DeRozan do that because he has so much hesitance around 10 feet from the basket. I mean, he was petrified of Hassan Whiteside. It's like, dude, just go at Whiteside. Draw some contact. It's what you do. You're DeMar DeRozan. So, yeah, he's still number 5. He still averages over 20 a game, and he still is at least somewhat efficient. He wasn't very efficient in the playoffs, and I guess that's what's really holding me back from putting him over Wade is that big game quality is not really there for DeMar DeRozan. But then again, he's still a pretty damn good player, so he's number 5 on here. As for some other shooting guards, CJ McCollum, I like him, but it's tough to crack the top 5. I would still love to put Bradley Beal in here, but he still can't stay healthy for an entire season. He's always got some injury that leaves him out for like 4 games, and then he's gone like 2 weeks later. It's a thing with Bradley Beal. I think those are all the shooting guards. I hope I didn't forget anybody. I look forward to someone in the comments section asking about X player who I greatly disagree with, but that's fine. And I'm done.